So I've been busy doing a lot of research for the channel and for the Facebook page that this all got started by, which if you haven't checked it out, go ahead and check it out. If this is your first time here and you are a fan of combat sports, give us a like and subscribe, turn on that little notification bell. There's a lot that is in the works. I don't know how long everything's going to take. For one, there are two of us. One works basically all the time. I am a mom, obviously, because you'll probably see the kids at some point. But, you know, and like right now I've got one that's got the flu. I've got one that's sounding like she was getting pneumonia, but now she's just being rude. I don't know. Anyway, I'm doing all this research. I mean, going back, I know a ton about boxing. I know a ton about MMA, but like I wanted to take it back a little bit further than just past what most fans are going to know. And I'm doing the history, and then I'm going to start creating fighter profiles. And the other is supposed to be doing breakdowns of some fights that he's watched in his spare time. I may have to teach him how to upload. And YouTube can be a little tricky for some people if you're not used to it. It took me forever when I started uploading makeup videos and stuff, because I do have my own channel. Yeah. I'm learning some crazy stuff about boxing so far. Like, I knew quite a bit about it, and you know, I've got to double check, because I think some of the things that I'm picking up on amateur boxing is changing. I'm not 100% sure, because I quit boxing as an amateur years ago. So it's been a long time since I've been in there, and I've not watched an amateur boxing fight or amateur boxing match in quite some time. So I've heard some things where I listened to Joe Rogan and a couple other podcasts and YouTube channels that I watch, that there's been some changes that are being made, and they're moving more towards taking away certain things and adding certain things to give it more of, basically brushing you up more for a professional. So just please bear with me while I try to get all of this together, because I have a bit of OCD, so I'm trying to do everything in order. And once I get the history part down pat, then I'm going to go ahead and start on MMA history. And then from there, I'm just going to start writing up fighter profiles. And now, don't be afraid to ask for a profile on a specific fighter. I'm going back as far back as I can in their history with the sport, even in amateur. So if there's somebody in particular that you just absolutely love and you wouldn't care to know more about, go ahead and just leave a comment and a name, and if I can't get to it, he will. And what's really funny is an ex-husband, ex-wife team here doing all this. So yeah, I know my last video that I put up was a little harsh, but if you would have seen what I would have seen, you'd have been pissed too if you're a female and that's been into this shit longer than most of the guys that are, you know, young and just now picking up on things. And you know, you can mention some boxers and they're like, who? You know, and they supposedly think that they have more of a place to talk about the sport than I do. No, I'm not a know-it-all or anything, but I do a lot of reading. I read a lot. And so that's what originally what I started this, is like, I like to learn. I know a lot of people that like to learn. And I mean, combat sports, there's a lot of stuff that people know, but there's a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't know, including myself, and I wouldn't care to learn. So while I'm learning it, why don't you learn it with us? But like I said, I will be doing, I've already got one fighter profile done. I'm not going to release who that is at the moment, because what I would really like to do is go early on up till present, and then also focus on present day fights as we can. It's kind of hard for us to get to watch all the fights, so some of the stuff that we may be watching may be stuff that we have to dig up and watch a recorded stream of the day after or something, depending on his work schedule, depending on how my life is, especially right now because it's football season. My daughter's in a marching band. They're a top national ranked band. So they're really busy, and I'm always there with that. So yeah, I don't always have time to watch the fights, and he doesn't either. Not when they happen, but sometimes we can catch them, and sometimes we have to watch them a little bit later. My dad records a lot of them for me too, but also we are looking into having local events have us come in and cover them, cover their fighters, cover their promotions, their fights. So if you're local to the East Tennessee area and you have a amateur or indie professional fights going on and you're looking for more coverage on them other than what you're throwing out there on Facebook and your fighters are throwing out there on social media, feel free to hit us up. You can get one or both of us out there depending on the day. If you give us enough advance, you probably got both of us. Just keep in mind sometimes there may be three of us, but we're happy to come out and do it. And right now, if that is what you want, all we ask is that, you know, we come watch the fights, you put us in there. We're not asking for pay or anything right now. We don't believe that we've proven ourselves enough to be worthy of, you know, you hitting us up and saying, hey, and then us giving you a guarantee price that we have to have. We're not like that. So right now, you know, you've got this way to promote your stuff for free by people who actually know about the sports and love the sports and just want to help you, who are willing to come out and watch your fights, watch your fighters, you know, take notes, do a full report on the event, on the fighters. If any fighter in particular wants to talk to us, do an interview with one of us, we're happy to do that. We can do interviews in person or through emails or messages where we can write out questions and then you just answer them and send them back to us. You know, we just want to make this fun. We love combat sports and we want to connect with others to do as well. And those that are starting to just really get into it, maybe because you found somebody that you really like, and you're wanting to learn more about it, so you know a little bit more about what's going on and why some things happen. That's what we're here for. We're not going to make fun of you if you don't know everything or much about the sports. We're here to help you because we're helping ourselves too. I'm teaching myself a lot more about the history of stuff that I already knew about, but I didn't really know where some of it originated from. I knew where a lot of it came from, but I didn't know where some of it originated from. I didn't know how old some of the stuff was. And I think it's going to be surprising to some of you all too. Anyway, that was the school texting me. I'm going to get off here and finish some stuff. As you can hear, I've got one coughing. And finish some stuff, and hopefully I'll have some videos up for you. You won't always be looking at my face talking. Sometimes it might be a bearded man. And I promise you he's a man. Then sometimes it's just going to be just cards sent to music with maybe photos, especially if it's like really old stuff and I can find photos. I'll post the photos and some information on what the photos are for you guys to check out. That's really all we intend to do, and the Facebook page is just kind of dedicated to that too, where we can have an open discussion a little bit more than just on here. And two, we share a lot of funny things that we find that fighters do that isn't necessarily involving fighting, but funny things that they do on the side, sweet things that they do, the charities that they help out, kind of showing a little bit more of each fighter that we come across away from the limelight to show you what they really are like. Because I know some fighters are hated because of who they are when the camera's on, but they're maybe totally different when the cameras are off of them. And so, you know, I kind of compare it to wrestling. You've got your good guys, you got your bad guys. That's what sells tickets. You can't have people up there that anymore that aren't putting on a show and expect people to want to come see them. Now it's a little different for people who are real fans, like myself, who are going to watch you for style and technique. But that's the best way to pick up some new fans, is to basically sell yourself now. I'm not saying like a hooker, but sell yourself with your personality. You know, some people are over the top and some people are really quiet. If you're really quiet, you know, let the over the top person sell the fight. You're still going to get paid. Anyway, I'm here. My name is Jennifer. The other mystery person behind all of this is named Darren. We are ex-husband, ex-wife. My oldest is our kid. And, yeah, let's get this started. I'm very excited about this. I'm very excited to get things really moving along to where there's something new every day. I want to build up the Facebook page so we have an open dialogue and more people to talk to. I really enjoy it. I enjoy talking to people about it. I want to have a space that people can talk and not be attacked, have their own opinions on things, and not take everything so personally. Anyway, like I said, if this is your first time here, give us a like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Hopefully we at some point can get to where we can give some stuff away. I'm going to, once we build up more of a fan base, I'm going to look at designing some shirts and stuff with that. Not necessarily just for our channel, but for the love of combat sports, period. My husband's really good at graphic design, and him, myself, and my ex-husband, all three are pretty witty when it comes to things, so we should have some good stuff for you guys at some point. But first things first, we have to build an audience, so that's where you guys come in. Like us, share us, follow us, support us. I'll eventually, or Darren may eventually, turn on or set up a Twitter, a Snapchat, an Instagram, whatever, for the page and the channel as well. But we'll see how everything goes, one thing at a time. I don't want to overwhelm us trying to build up everything. Bye, guys.